Welcome to part 2 of my series on the topic of parental alienation. As I said at the beginning of part 1, some experts don't use the label parental alienation. Instead, they refer to it as psychological abuse or programming manipulation tactics. Some experts won't use the label at all. They'll just simply describe the tactics or the behavior that a parent has engaged in that has caused a child or children to partially or completely reject the other parent. Many people on this app attempt to suggest that parental alienation doesn't exist. In response to that, I would say forget the label. As I said, some experts don't even use a label. They simply describe the manipulation and psychological abuse tactics that a parent may intentionally and sometimes not intentionally engage in that causes a child or children to partially or completely reject the other parent. So the focus is the behavior, the tactics, not the label. So in part 2, we're going to be talking about behavior that may lead to alienation. So it may lead to a child rejecting an otherwise safe and healthy parent with whom they previously enjoyed a close and loving attachment and bond. Okay, number 1, eradication of the target parent. The alienating parent may fail to pass on gifts, cards, or letters from the targeted parent or their family to the child or children. They may make it difficult for the targeted parent to communicate with the children during their time. They may ask the children to refer to their new partner as mum or dad, and they may tell the children to refer to the biological parent as their first name. They may refuse to acknowledge or mention the other parent when communicating with the children. They may act in a way to prevent the children from spending time with the targeted parent's extended family. Number 2, denigrating the rejected parent or the targeted parent. One of the most common forms of evidence of alienation is a parent denigrating the target parent to or within hearing range of the children. This may include speaking negatively to the other parent at changeover, online, such as on social media, during phone calls. By consistently denigrating the other parent within the hearing range of the children, this may cause the children to adopt the same views and to reject the targeted parent. That is my daughter in the background. Denigration may be implied rather than expressly stated. The alienating parent may refuse to refer to the other parent by their first name, and they might use negative adjectives to refer to them like the deadbeat or the idiot. The targeted parent should be able to demonstrate that the incidents of denigration are not isolated. All right, number 3, damaging the attachment between the targeted parent and the children. If the targeted parent repartners, they may tell the children that the targeted parent has a new family and does not love the children anymore or doesn't have time for them. They may tell the children that the targeted parent never wanted them and that the targeted parent does not love them. Sometimes they might say, they don't pay child support. This shows that they don't love you. They don't support you. They may tell the children that the targeted parent was not happy when they found out that they were pregnant and that they didn't want the pregnancy to proceed. The alienating parent might show the children court documents and tell them negative things about the targeted parent from the court documents. They may disclose information with the intention of strengthening their alliance with the children and damaging the attachment between the children and the targeted parent. Next, we have false allegations and utilizing protective services. The alienating parent may make false notifications to child protective services or to the police with the intention of utilizing the legal system to punish and harm the targeted parent. The alienating parent may arrange counselling for the child. They may make false disclosures to the counsellor with the intention of gaining psychological support to further destroy or damage the targeted parent's relationship with the children. The alienating parent may inform the children's school of their alleged concerns regarding the targeted parent despite having no evidence to substantiate their allegations to gain the school's support in their campaign against the targeted parent. Next, we have coaching. A parent may be found to have coached the children to say negative things about the other parent to others. This is often uncovered during court proceedings by the child court experts and family consultants during the interviews and observation sessions. Parents may sometimes unintentionally coach a child to make false statements about the other parent. Next, we have interference. Evidence that a parent is intentionally interfering with the other parent's time, such as unreasonably refusing to permit time, not attending changeover as agreed, planning events during the other parent's time, or not actively encouraging the children to spend time with the other parent in circumstances where the other parent is safe. The alienating parent may insist on constantly contacting the children during the targeted parent's time, and during that contact, they might say things to make the children feel really guilty for spending time with the targeted parent, or they might say things to make the children feel scared. Next, we have child interrogation. The alienating parent may interrogate the children upon their return from the targeted/rejected parent's house, asking for details about what happened during the other parent's time. They may tell the children not to tell the targeted parent about what happens in their house, but they may ask for a lot of detail about the other parent's home. And over time, this may lead the children to make negative disclosures about their time with the targeted parent, as they believe that doing so will please the alienating parent. This may also lead the children to refuse to spend time with the targeted parent to avoid interrogation by the alienating parent. Next, we have forcing loyalty. The alienating parent may pressure the children to pick sides during parental conflict. They may insist that the children tell others that they support their side of the parental conflict. The alienating parent makes it clear that they will not tolerate or accept the child expressing positive feelings about the targeted parent in their presence. The alienating parent may say things like, "Well, you can go and live with them," in response to the child expressing positive emotions towards the other parent. The alienating parent has an expectation that the children will be loyal to them. Next, we have encouraging an unhealthy alliance. The alienating parent may talk to the child like they're friends rather than a parent-child relationship, and they may encourage the children to be dependent on them. The alienating parent may convince the children that they cannot function without them. Next, information gatekeeping. The alienating parent may fail to inform the other parent about important events for the child that the other parent could attend. For example, school plays, sports carnivals, birthday parties, etc. The alienating parent may fail to inform the other parent about the child's medical appointments. To be clear, if you're both parents, you can both obtain lots of information. You can contact the school and obtain information. You can contact service providers and ask for updates. What we're referring to here is a situation where a service provider or the school might provide one parent with some information, not both parents, and it would reasonably be expected that that parent would pass that information on to the other parent. Next, we have encouraging defiance. The alienating parent may tell the children that they do not have to obey the other parent or their new partner. The children may be compliant with other adults other than the targeted parent. The child may complain, for example, to experts, teachers, counselors, about having to comply with the targeted parent's parental rules, even though the rules and requests are normal, such as asking them to pick up their clothes, don't snack before dinner, or to do homework. And the last example that we'll talk about in this video is emotional manipulation and rewarding rejecting behavior. The alienating parent may withdraw or threaten to withdraw their love and affection if the child disagrees with them, if the child shows support or love for the targeted parent, or if the child asks to see or communicate with the targeted parent. The alienating parent may become distressed, angry, or upset if the child talks about the other parent. They may threaten abandonment if the child expresses a desire to see the other parent. The alienating parent may reward the children for talking or behaving negatively towards their rejected parent and or their family. Some examples might include the alienating parent permitting the children to sleep in their bed if they refuse to spend time with the rejected parent, buying the children takeaway or other treats following rejecting behavior, or offering treats following their refusal to speak to or spend time with the other parent. Often we'll see that there's more than one behavior or tactic that is being utilized to turn the child or children against the targeted parent. And remember from part 1 of this series, what we're looking for is the persistent and not occasional rejection or denigration of a parent that reaches the level of a campaign. So it's quite a high threshold. We're looking for an unidentified, unreasonable, or an irrational rejection by the child, and that's in circumstances where they previously enjoyed a healthy relationship and bond with that parent. Alienation cases are usually quite complex, so it's really important to obtain legal advice that is tailored to the unique factual circumstances of your case. Your lawyer will take detailed instructions from you, and they'll be able to provide you with advice in relation to their view as to whether what you're describing really is parental alienation, or whether it meets that threshold of serious psychological abuse, or whether there might be alignment at play, something else, or a combination. But it's really important to obtain legal advice that is tailored to the unique circumstances of your case, because parental alienation can be very tricky to identify. Having an objective professional opinion is invaluable. As always, this video contains information, not legal advice. Stay tuned for part 3.